I'm actually super excited for this channel. So I recently started studying for my CPA. I'm not using Becker because Becker's between $2,500 to $6,000, which is just absolutely insane. So I'm kind of taking an unconventional approach. I'm studying for all four sections of the CPA. I'm trying to get it done in less than 4 months. So I'm trying to do a little bit less than a month per section. And I already have my 2 years of experience in Alabama. Instead of 1 year, you can do 2 years of experience as an accountant, and it doesn't have to be under a CPA, or you can do 1 year of experience under a CPA. I've worked for a company for over 2 years, not under a CPA, but I've done accounting roles. So, anyways, once I get my CPA, I'm going to get the employer to sign off on that and then officially get my CPA. So I am documenting this journey from beginning of studying for the CPA, which is now, all the way until scaling a firm. So I'm going to go over, studying for the CPA in a cheap way, right? So I'm going to be using Ninja CPA, which is $67 a month for the basic plan and then $87 a month for everything. So I'll probably just go ahead and pay the $87 a month. All right, quick update. Instead of paying for Ninja CPA, I'm actually going to build my own tool. So I want to see what Claude is capable of. And so I'm going to build my own study tool and I'll let the audience use it. Essentially, I'm trying to do a case study to see if I can pass all four sections of the CPA without paying for any study materials whatsoever. So I kind of want to see what AI is capable of there, and I want y'all as the audience to be able to use this tool. I'm going to create this tool from scratch and slowly iterate on it as time goes on just to better it, so that hopefully I can create a free or cheap, if it uses a lot of credits, study tool to where you don't have to pay 6,000 plus for Becker or even $100 a month. You can just use this. So I'm going to start working on that and try to avoid even Ninja and just see if AI is good enough to create questions that exhibit, a real CPA exam. And I want to prove, firstly, that you can pass all sections of the CPA using a much cheaper option than Becker. And so, anyway, I'll document that process, and then I'll document me actually getting the CPA license and how that works and applying for getting the work hours approved and all that stuff. Then, like I said, I'm not going to go public accounting. Thank goodness. I don't really want any part of it. So this is kind of for all the entrepreneurs out there. I'm going to go straight into starting a firm. So I'm also going to document the process. So like I'm going to be calling financial planning and financial advising firms, asking them for clients and referrals, maybe giving them a referral bonus. And then there's just so many ways, calling other CPA firms and seeing if they have too much business, that they would throw me some, or using even, contracting platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different methods, and I'm going to document it all. Basically, like I said, from now, which is studying for the CPA, all the way to getting the firm. And I'll even do, actually me registering my LLC, how that looks. I've already done that in the past, so I know how to do that, and I'll document that here. And then, like I said, me getting the clients, and then the systems that I use, so all the AI software and client management software that I'll be using to, not get the clients, after I get the clients, how to manage the clients, and then what softwares I'll be using to scale it, how I'll automate it, if I do it myself, or if I get AI to do some of it, or if I use Fiverr or Upwork to contract people in Pakistan, if I have enough clients and I'm getting overwhelmed, then kind of how to contract that. But anyway, I just kind of want to document this entire process. And I was like, what better time to start than now, when I'm just starting to study for the first section of my CPA. So I'm starting with FAR. So anyway, yeah. And I guess a little bit of background is I graduated with a double major in accounting and finance, 4.0 GPA, baby. Not that it matters, but pretty cool. From the University of Southern Mississippi. And then I worked for a year as a financial institution specialist for the FDIC. Then I actually took almost a whole year off. I was just really tired of the office, and I've always had, a thing for entrepreneurship. So I kind of started doing my own thing. I started LLCs for people. I built some SaaSes. I did a bit of tax preparation work, which is what I'll mainly be doing for, this firm once I get my CPA. But it's like really hard to scale when you don't have a CPA. I was mainly doing it for family. And, getting this CPA is just going to help everything scale better. So I'm kind of here to motivate people and encourage them to get it, even though it really sucks. It's going to be tough, but just lock in and get it. Like I said, I'm studying full time right now. That's why I can do it in 4 months. Normally, it would take people a lot longer. If they have a full time job, trying to study for this thing would be tough. But I'm doing this full time, so that's why I'm trying to get it done under 4 months. And yeah, I'm just here to document my whole journey. And I hope y'all follow along. I think it's going to be interesting, especially me not using Becker because Becker's just so expensive. So I think me using Ninja CPA, which is even the max plan is only $87 a month. I think that'll be really interesting for people to see that you can pass these tests without having to spend, a bunch of grand. So I don't want money being the reason for people to not take this thing because it can be affordable. You just gotta hustle. And yeah, I'm just here to document the process, and I hope y'all follow along because ultimately, just shameless plug, I'm going to be doing this so that this can be one of my methods for building clients. So, calling financial advisor firms / financial planning firms, calling other CPA firms, doing contracting platforms like Upwork. But this YouTube channel will also be a great way to, just get clients in the future and kind of build that client base. And I hope y'all follow along, and I hope this inspires people to not only get their CPA if they're on the fence, but also break away from the 9 to 5 vibe and start your own practice, because it's going to be tough up front, but years down the road, it's going to be so awesome because you can work your own hours. You don't have to be stuck in an office from at least 9 to 5 or in busy season more. You can do it whenever you want. Even if it is more work, at least you kind of have flexibility to work whenever you want to. Like sometimes I work all night and just pull an all-nighter. I can do that with my own firm because as long as I get the work done, then that's what matters. I hope y'all follow along on this journey with me and stay tuned for my weekly uploads.